What's poppin'? What's good? You already know it's your girl, Miss Daisy. Welcome back to another episode of Chatting with Daisy. So I haven't been back in a little, I haven't been here for a little bit, and I've honestly missed being and posting on my YouTube because I felt like it was a way for me to connect with others virtually, and as well as like almost like a video diary of like what I'm going through, the things that the trials and tribulations, and the things I've been learning along the way. But I also believe Miss Lauren Hill has taught me this valuable lesson that in order for you to create a masterpiece, in order for you to really share an experience, you need to experience it first. So I did a lot of experiencing in this period that I wasn't posting, and it's given me a better point of view, a more fluid way of speaking and thinking on the topics that I want to cover next, because the whole season is about solitude. So a lot of it, which is amazing, a lot of it is going in solitude to figure things out. So it's kind of almost like it needs to balance itself out. I have to take solitude in order to speak about solitude, if that makes sense. But first, I want to start with some updates because there's a lot of cool things that have been going on. I recently just did African Fashion Week. So much fun. Definitely my first African Fashion Week, and I did that as well. But the main things that I really want to share, aside of like modeling and stuff like that, is I got my first crystal singing bowl. When I tell you guys, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. You're not going to see her right now, but you are going to see her in another video because I definitely want to do a sound healing, a sound bath video. I think that'd be really cool, as well as like a little yoga flow with it. Because the whole page, the whole thing is about a self-healing journey, self-discovery journey. It's about healing. It's about yoga. It's about plants. It's about herbalism. It's about all the things encompassing in feminism and being a feminine, like being in my feminine energy. Not feminism, but being in feminine energy and, just embodying her and being with her, because I feel like, as I've gone through my trials and tribulations, I've been a lot in my masculine energy and it hasn't been the healthiest for me. So it's really important that I embody that feminine, and I want to show the feminine. I want to be a grace, not a symbol of her, but be a walking testimony of what a feminine can look like. Because, being feminine is very different for everybody. But I do believe that this is the feminine that I was set out to be. And she's gentle, she's funny, she's bubbly, she's beautiful, she's brave, she's strong, she's wise. Like, all these affirmations, they are encompassing of her. So, of me, of you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and shout out to all the masculines out there. Without you, their scales would be out of balance. So I do appreciate y'all. I can speak on masculinity because, it's a part of us as well. But I'm only going to speak from what I have experienced. And she is amazing. And I'm sure y'all can agree. Not just talking about me, I'm talking about y'all as well, if you didn't get my drift. Anyways, so aside from beginning of the Crystal Singing Bowl, I also did my first sound bath session not too long ago at a black woman puff smoke kind of chill vibe and thrift kind of event. It was really good. It was at Rhea's house. Beautiful event, very intimate, and I honestly learned a lot, not only from the women that attended. It was just amazing to have women from all different age ranges, because I got opportunity to speak to different women, hear their stories, really understand what it means to be a woman. And as we're growing as women, we kind of like go through these different stages and these different growing periods where we will experience a certain thing at a certain lifetime, and other women have also experienced the same thing at this certain time. And it's like our bodies are just so connected to each other, and our minds and our spirits and our souls are so interconnected, and along with the masculine as well, that we all kind of experience the same things, maybe at different times, maybe not in the same scenario, but we also kind of experience the same thing, which is really cool. And it was really nice to hear those inspirational words from the women that are just hitting their 40s, for example, and traveling and not having a lot of money right now, but still optimistic about life. It's just like, it doesn't matter what stage you're at, like you're still able to experience and live your best life no matter where you are and how much money you have. Like, you can do it, and it's really inspirational for me because as a woman of many talents, as an entrepreneur, I do have a day job, but as an entrepreneur mainly, like it was nice to get that reassurance that I got this and that I'm able to grow and I'm able to do the things I want to do, and there's nothing in my way that can stop me except myself. It's something I've already known, but it's just so important to hear it again, because sometimes you think that you're telling yourself these things, you're saying you're amazing, but it's always nice sometimes to hear it from other people as well. Because it's like you're so consumed by your thoughts sometimes you don't know what's real and what isn't. And that's when you start to get imposter syndrome and have nervous breakdowns and stuff like that. But aside from all that, I just wanted to like kind of update y'all where my mind's at and what I've been experiencing and what I've been doing and stuff like that. And it's been very much into that. Also, if you don't see behind me, I just got my first eucalyptus tree. Girl, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's amazing. I was going to put my phone on cinematic mode, but I really wanted to show the encompassing of my beautiful room right now. Like the tree just had to be in focus. Like you guys just, anyways. Um, she's gorgeous. Anyway, aside from that, I have been learning a lot about self, and one of the main things that I learned this year is manifestation and trusting myself. And manifestation doesn't work unless you trust yourself. So that's kind of the topic today, guys. We're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so what is manifestation, first of all? Manifestation is, or to manifest something, is to be able to take energy or to, you can pray about it, whatever the case may be, but manifestation outside of prayer is just putting something in your mind, putting it on a vision board, writing it down, saying it aloud, being so sure that it's going to happen, and then it happens in your reality. It's like you're almost like you're going into your imagination, you're drawing out a picture, and then you're manifesting it on this plane. So it's literally just knowing what you want. It's trusting that you're going to get it. It's trusting that you deserve it. It's trusting yourself and understanding that manifestation still requires work. You can't just sit around like much people say about prayer. You can't just sit around and wait and hope that it's going to happen. It's going to fall upon your lap. No, you need to go out. You need to still work toward it. But it's a matter of it's going to happen regardless. And sometimes it may seem like it's not going to happen because all these things are happening. It seems like it's stopping you from reaching your goals, but it's not. It's just simply putting everything in place. And the main thing that I personally, I feel like I'm very good at manifestation. I'm very sure of myself. I've always been very sure of myself in this journey so far. From the beginning, I started my entrepreneur journey. I knew I could do it. And I think that's what's kept me going, and that's what my optimism and my trusting within myself and knowing that I can get it and being persistent with self, that I'm able to get into spaces that I never thought I'd be in. Not never thought I'd be in, but just spaces that amaze me still. Like I'm in this space. I just did African, like just these large accomplishments that I've had this year, that I told myself I wanted to do a facilitation this year. I did it. I told myself I wanted to do FAT, did it. Told myself I wanted to African Press Week, did it. And a couple other things I want to be doing this year that I already know is going to happen. So it's just a matter of putting yourself in the best possible light and catering to your needs and catering to also your wants, because balance. You can't just cater to needs and not your wants, because if you're only catering to needs, of course it's great to be grateful and to stay within your means, but it's also important to cater to that inner child. Your inner child is usually the energy that's like the wants. As a child you always want so many things, and then as you grow adult there's more things that you actually need, like paying your bills. You need money for food. You need, like, there's just certain things. Your responsibilities will change, right? So through manifestation, you have to find a balance within self. It's the yin and yang. It's the equivalent exchange. Like in order for you to achieve that goal or get that job or whatever the case may be, you are still going to have to put in the work. Like it's like work for achievement. And the work is always going to be heavier and a lot more volatile than the actual achievement itself. So it's an equivalent exchange. It's what you're capable of doing. And I also am a firm believer of things happen for a reason, and that you're never put in a situation or a predicament that you aren't able to handle. You put yourself in these things. You are in control. So you putting yourself in this space, you know yourself better than anyone else. So you would know if you could handle it or not. there was a point in the year where I got this job. I'm still working the job. I'm just on a break right now. Um, it this job, I work at Urban Arts, and I'm their lead events, special events coordinator. And this is a big job. I had to put on a 4-day festival. I have never put on a 4-day festival before. Like, mind you, I've never done that. I put on events before, 1-day events, maybe an all-day event, but not 4 days, and not with multiple moving parts. Like usually, it's like I do it my own way, but this time I had to do it. I'm working with a team. I'm leading a team. I'm telling everyone what needs to be done. I'm also listening to others what they need from me, and I'm putting together all the pieces that have been scattered all over the place. And there's points of time where I was super stressed because I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Can I pull it off? It's like you're in the midst of the storm, so it's kind of hard to see, and that's what I feel like can be deterring from people. They're like, oh, my manifestation, when I manifest things, it doesn't work. Well, it's because you're thinking that it's not working, and you're not going to achieve it. But the thing is that manifestation and you achieving and manifesting something happens out of nowhere. Like, you'll be sitting around and then you get a message for an opportunity that you've been like, you put in or texted someone about, like, hey, let me know if you need anyone for this, that, and the third, and you get it. So it's just being patient. Like, you're not able to manifest if you're not able to be patient. The patience comes with trust, though, right? And when you trust yourself, you're able to be patient with yourself because you understand that you have a lifetime. And yes, everyone could say, well, you could die tomorrow. Anyone could say that. But if you're optimistic about life and you're optimistic to live as long as you possibly can, then you will say that you have a lifetime. That's also manifestation. So everything you say, not out only aloud, but also in your mind, is very important, because another way why manifestation might not work for you, or may seem like it doesn't work for you, is that you're not affirming that in your head. You're not affirming that within. So if you're saying to everyone, yes, I'm going to do this. For example, I say, yes, I'm going to Peru. I'm going to Peru. I'm going to Peru. Like, I keep saying it. Like, if you know me, I probably told you already. And I'm down to go. Like, I'm going. That's just what it is. Like, I don't really have a box outside of that I'm not going to go. There's no possibility where I don't go. In all possibilities, I go. Like, that's how I think in my mind. That's how I think aloud. I'm constantly speaking about it. I'm constantly saying it. And you could say that, like, when you're constantly speaking about something, evil eye, but that's also a superstition, right? I do believe that when people wish bad upon you, but if you're so strong in your manifestation, you're so optimistic, even if the energy gets thrown at your way, hypothetically, you're going to be able to combat that because you already manifested that whatever it is that you're achieving is going to happen. So it's all about the way you perceive the world and what you believe in and what you don't believe in, and the trust that you have within yourself and the optimism that you carry within your heart. And I feel optimism is our inner child. Optimism relies within the heart. Oops. Optimism relies within the heart. I keep touching the mic, sorry. Optimism relies within the heart. So it's just a matter of feeling connected, feeling not only connected to self, but connected to people around you, connected to nature. Like, all of it is the balance of it all. Like, I'm pretty sure so many people have made videos of like how you manifest and stuff like that. And I just feel like that's just your own preference, how you want to manifest. But the best way that I've ever done it is through trust and patience. And if you're not patient, understand the longevity of what you're trying to achieve. This manifestation might not come in for another 5 years. But it's a matter of knowing that it's going to come. You have to stay on top of that optimism. You have to be confident that it's going to happen. You don't have to be delirious, like, delusional, like, oh my gosh, like this, that, and the third's happening, and you're clearly going against the grain of what you're capable of doing right now. That's when, okay, slow down, reevaluate what it is you actually want. So in order to be patient, you have to trust the longevity that it may take longer than expected. And that's okay, because we don't want everything to come now. We want to spread it out throughout our lifetime. It's so boring to just achieve everything in one time, and then what are you doing for the rest of your life? That's what people that have so much money that don't know what to do with themselves, because they've done everything they could possibly do. They've seen the whole world. They've done everything. It's just like, well, now what? So that's why it's important to, like, don't spread yourself so thin, and allow yourself to engulf in the beauties of life and the world at your own pace. So I hope that, give my perspective, at least you can relate with, or maybe it strengthens a perspective that you've been developing for yourself, Or maybe you don't agree at all. Maybe you believe that, you know, nothing happens for a reason and things are just, you know, to happen. I also believe that sometimes too, that things just happen and it's not anyone's fault. Things just happen. So like there's two polarities of like manifestation in life and balance and trust and all these different things. But at the end of the day, your life is timeless and your life doesn't end after death. It honestly, it begins again. And in terms of you don't know what's going to happen, nobody knows what's going to happen. So live life to the fullest, enjoy the moment that you have here, where you're grounded on earth, and embrace the trials and the tribulations. A small tip before I head out for today's video is that trials don't always have to come with a tribulation. The whole point of a trial is when you go to court. Not every person goes to jail after they go on trial. Some people are innocent and they have to go to trial to get a certain outcome or a certain amount of money or get justice or this, that, and the third. That's much like life. We go through trials, but we don't always have to repeat the same cycles. We don't always have to go down the same path we did before. We can change that. So sometimes you'll be trialed and you're thinking, oh, great, now what? If you recognize the trial, you can stop yourself from going through the tribulation, or even not stop yourself from going through the tribulation, but be more understanding and patient with yourself as you're going through it. So it's just a matter, like I said, of trust, patience, and longevity, and how they all go together and create balance. Ma'at. Ma'at is balance. Balance is ma'at. Yin and yang, equivalent exchange, whatever you want to call it, karma. It all has to go encompassing. It all has to work together to make you the perfect person that you are, and perfect not being flawless, but being authentically you. So I hope y'all love this video and caught a little one too from it. Definitely more videos to come, I promise. I have so many topics that I had written down from earlier last year, and I've just been wanting to speak on it, but I feel like I'd be skipping a lot and picking certain ones because they relate to the time and what we're going through. Actually, there's one more thing I did want to talk about, which was like summer. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I just felt like summer went by so fast. It was so cold and we had the forest fires and the smoke in the air. It just wasn't what I expected summer to be. But even so, I did have a really good summer. It just felt like it flew by. But outside of that, you let me know what you know in the comments. You guys can let me know if you feel like summer went by, if you're from another part of the world. What is summer like for you? I want to know. And let me know if this manifestation and trust video resonates with you. But anyways, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with someone that might need a little, you know, mood booster, or may resonate, or maybe on the same wavelength in this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.